Hello everyone. In this practice we are going to connect in with our breath. Conveniently enough, wherever we go, our breath goes as well. So it can become a very valuable tool to help ground us and center us, especially when the world feels a little bit chaotic. You might wish to do this practice seated on the floor or in a chair. If you wish to have some extra support, you might wish to have your back resting directly against the wall or the back of the chair. If you have decided to be scooched away from that wall, that support, you may notice at some point either your belly muscles or your lower back muscles might start to feel a little bit fatigued. Usually that just means our body, our core is not used to holding us in this upright posture, and those muscles just need a little bit of extra strengthening. So this practice in itself will help strengthen those core muscles. If you do find, some people do find that as they begin to connect in with their breath and consciously breathe in and out, they might get a little bit dizzy or lightheaded. If that happens to you, just take a break from the practice. Go back to your regular natural breath, even lay down and have a little rest, and come back to the practice whenever you feel ready to. Now let's talk a little bit about our posture with our breath practice. It is helpful to have an upright posture where we lift up through our heart center, we lift up through the top of the head. This gives our lungs the room they need to expand and contract with our breath. If we're collapsed down, our belly gets squished down, our shoulders roll forward, our lungs don't have the opportunity, the availability to move in and out as they would like to. So we practice sitting upright, we lift up through the heart, shoulders up, back and down, top of the head lifts. This posture in itself might feel a little open, a little vulnerable to you. And if that does happen, you might find it helpful to have your hands facing down, or even placing your hands on your belly. And if this still feels too vulnerable for you, feel free to practice laying down. That might be helpful as well. Now, just a little anatomy note, we're going to talk a little bit about our diaphragm. Our diaphragm is this muscle that kind of rests below our lungs and our heart and above some of our lower organs like our spleen and our stomach, our intestines. And typically when we inhale, we want to see our diaphragm is going to go down. When we exhale, the diaphragm goes up. The inhale and the exhale. And the really neat thing about this is as the diaphragm moves up and down, it gives us this little internal massage to our organs, which helps them perform a little bit better for us. So as we inhale, the belly will also expand out. And as we exhale, the belly contracts in. So as we inhale, our belly will expand. As we exhale, the belly contracts in. Now, depending on your life experience, this might feel like reverse breathing. This can be a situation where trauma has occurred in your life. Maybe you wear tight, restrictive clothing. Many of us have been told to suck in our guts. And so this idea of allowing our belly to expand and contract can feel quite uncomfortable and unnatural. It is called practice for a reason. If it feels a little bit uncomfortable or unsettled, as I mentioned before, take the break as much as you need to and come back to the practice whenever you're ready. So if you do feel ready, you're going to find yourself in that comfortable seated position. Let yourself wiggle in, get a little bit more comfortable. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. Let the breath out with a ha. Deep breath in. Ha. One more. If it's comfortable for you, you can let your eyes start to drift closed and wiggle into that seat. You might think about letting your tailbone reach down towards the seat. Think about the heart center lifting to the sky, the crown of the head lifting to the sky. Drag your shoulders up to your ears and press them back and down, allowing your hands to rest wherever is comfortable. Before we connect to the breath, let's connect with our physical body. Without changing or moving, simply notice your feet, your right and your left foot. Notice your knees, both right and left knee, your hips. Noticing your back. Notice your belly and your chest, shoulders, elbows, both right and left, hands, Noticing neck, your chin, nose, eyes, forehead. See if you can even notice your ears, the back of your head, and the crown of your head. Being aware of your physical body, let your attention now rest with the breath. Not trying to change or control anything, we'll notice our natural breath. For many people, there's 3 areas that it is a little bit easier to notice the breath. You might find it easiest to notice your breath moving in your belly. Or maybe you notice it easier to notice breath movement in the chest. Or alternatively, you might notice the movement of the breath as it passes over that little divot underneath your nose above your upper lip. Allow your attention to rest in one of those 3 areas. Noticing breath coming, noticing breath going, changing, not controlling, not judging. Noticing inhale, noticing exhale. Your mind will wander. Gently bring it back to noticing breath. We're going to move into conscious control of our breath. If it's available, we let the breath move in and out through nostrils. This helps to lengthen the breath out. But if you're feeling a little stuffed up today, no matter, you can breathe through lightly parted lips. Allowing your breath now to move in and out through nostrils. Let the tip of your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth just behind your upper front teeth. With the tongue resting there, you can allow your jaw to relax. The lips will stay together, but the jaw is softened. Many of us carry a great deal of tension in our jaw and our neck, and this light placement of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the upper front teeth can allow some of that tension to dissipate. So we're breathing in and out through nostrils. Tongue is lightly rested on the roof of the mouth. The jaw is soft. At the end of your next exhale, gently tug your belly button towards your spine. It's just a very light tug. As you inhale, allow the belly to soften. As you exhale, belly button tugs in. Inhale, belly expands. And exhale, belly contracts. You may find it helpful to keep a hand on your belly to feel this movement. Inhaling, belly expands. Exhaling, gentle contraction. Allowing the length of breath to be however long it needs to be in this moment. So not trying to change or control the length of inhale or exhale. Inhaling, belly expands. exhaling, belly gently tugs in. Each time your mind wanders and you catch it wandering, come back to breath. Mindfully breathing in, mindfully breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's exaggerate the next inhale. Hold the breath a moment and sigh it all the way out. Deep breath in, deep sigh out. One more. Notice your natural breath once again. You might even notice how you're feeling at this point in the practice, as opposed to when you first sat down and began. I invite you to bring your attention now to the center of your chest, to your heart center. With your attention resting here, bring to mind someone you love, someone you care about. Just notice how the mere thought of that person, that being, might have shifted something for you. And with that person in mind, as you take your next breath in, let your arms open wide to the side. As you breathe out, wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a little hug. Inhale, arms open wide, and as you exhale, arms cross the other way, giving yourself a hug the opposite way. Hands can return to the lap. If you'd like, you can gently start to open your eyes. So this practice of connecting into your breath, whether it's observing your natural breath or mindfully drawing breath in and out of the lower lungs, you can do this at any time. You can do it anywhere. It's a really convenient practice to help ground you into the present moment. I hope you have enjoyed this practice, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to connect with me. From my heart to your heart, I thank you for practicing. Namaste.